the Light of Infinite Festival. Super excited about this. It's a really, really incredible project by Erez. Really beautiful what he's done, gathering, people. Let's see. Gathering people from all over the world, speakers, healers, rabbis, everything, with the intention of bringing more light and infinity into the world. So thank you, Erez, and I'm super excited for this session. Some musical meditation with the emphasis of Shabbat. So basically, what I thought of doing is speaking a little bit about Shabbat from like an intellectual space, and then moving into the experience of Shabbat through the music and through the song. Just a little bit about myself as well. My name is Yosef Wilds, currently living in Israel from New York. So just finished social work school, also in music, performing and leading musical meditations and kumzitzes and chuppahs, and as well currently in YU Smicha, and that's who I am. And let's jump into, and we'd love to get to know you guys as well, even though I can't really see you guys. But basically, the idea, of Shabbat that I want to be speaking about is actually brought down by the great Hasidic master Rav Shneur Zalman Liadi in one of his Sfarim, in the Hakdamot to his Sfarim. He was alive in the 1700s, 1800s, and basically he describes that the word Shabbat, and this is also from many other sources as well, that Shabbat is the same root as tshuva, to return, and also tashuv, tshuva to return to ourselves, the process of tshuva, and also tashuv to just return in general, which is one and the same. And the idea of Shabbat is Hashem, returning back, so to speak, more from this place of creating the world, from a place of source, and from a place of more being. And it's actually, he brings down, he says, Bereshit bara Elokim, that it says Hashem created the world through the name of Elokim. And we know that there are a lot of different names that describe Hashem, and they're the different ways in which Hashem interacts with the world. And the name of Elokim is the name having to do with din, judgment, constriction, tzimtzum, and Hashem, when he was creating the world, the 6 days of creation, he was doing it through this constricted sense. And it makes a lot of sense. Bereshit, the first letter is bit, which is to that God, we're trying to move from the infinite light all the way to things, to you and me, individuals, and everything there. So God had to use, so to speak, gvulot and borders in order to create things. And it even says Vayachal Elokim, that Hashem completed also with the name of Elokim, specifically that he completed the creation, as well on the seventh day, using the Elokim, using that interaction of tzimtzum, of constriction. However, when it comes to Shabbat is this idea more from this place of expansiveness, that Hashem is interacting with us from a place of being and expansiveness, and we're also able to tap into that, and he kind of returns and moves back to this more expansive space. And it also allows us, Shabbat really allows us to return also to that place of being, where Hashem's light is more revealed, and when we could get much, much deeper, that tshuva, we're returning to that deeper place within. And that's really, Shabbat gives us the opportunity to do that. And I'm looking forward to really tapping into that space of being. I would say also related to the Yud-Ke Vav-Ke, that the Shem of Havaya, the same word as presence, that interacting from that place of presence, and that the idea is for us to tap into that place of being that we don't necessarily always have to do but we could step into this deeper place of just being and also doing from the place of being. But on Shabbat we have that opportunity to just like Olam, it's Mein Olam Haba, it's that place, that space of where we can just connect to each other, connect to ourselves, and that's really the way I see Shabbat as well, and I hope that we can experience, and the way a lot of our masters and Hasidic masters and really saw Shabbat as that meditative space of being that we can tap into. So, if man is constantly doing during the week, trying to, worrying about himself, and the individuality, that sense of constriction, then on Shabbat, we're able to move out of that space of ego and move above the ego to that nefesh elokit space, to that space of more expansiveness of being. We don't necessarily have to do that. We could just be here, that place of serenity, of teshuvah, that we're constantly returning back to that place within. And if we could just take a moment to just think about that. And what's really special about this state is that we could also tap into this Shabbat state during the week, that we have elements of Shabbat throughout the week that we can turn in and into that state of being, of Mein Olam Haba, tasting some of that joy and of infinity, even during the week, that we can close our eyes or keep them open and tap into that space of being, just like Hashem, returned and he stopped, one day of the week. We're able to also return and stop for one day of the week, and also throughout the day, taking our moments to stop and to tap into that place of being. It's also actually interesting. I'm thinking that Chabad, one of the ideas of what they like to emphasize a lot is hitbonenut, of learning a piece of Torah and using the mind, and then the Chachma, Bina, and Das, that we're then moving from that flow of understanding a piece of information and then meditating on it, going deeper and deeper into it until we feel it all throughout our body, all throughout our limbs, throughout our bones. So also this layout of us tapping into some idea of Shabbat, and then aiming to experience the Shabbat and moving into that place where we're moving out of the intellect. We're first starting with the intellect, and then we're bringing that down into our heart, into the Das, into the self. Right. So, even just taking a moment to be in that space of just being and serenity. You could even be aware of that part of us that just wants to just do and go and go and go, and just being curious of that. And noticing that. I'm noticing it within me. You have to go, you have to go, you have to go. And just noticing that, being curious of that, knowing that that's a part of us. That there's also some good in that. A lot of good in that. But right now we're going to aim at tapping into more of that curiosity space of vastness, of soul place, of being, of Shabbat consciousness, of Mein Olam Haba, of mindfulness, and beyond to Dveikut. So if you want to close your eyes or keep them open, whatever you feel comfortable with. And then following, the meditation, we're going to sing together Take Me Shabbos, a song about moving into Shabbat, even deeper and deeper and deeper through the music. And the idea of integrating music and meditation is a really beautiful one. That Rabbi Nachman, he explains, the great Hasidic master, the word chazon is the same root as chazan. Chazan is a singer, chazon is somebody who's a seer, a prophet. He explains it's because music is coming from that same place of prophecy. That when we're tapping into music, we're able to tap into that really deep place. And I feel like as well for me, when I hear some music, it just goes straight to the heart. It just opens the gates. And I know for so many others. And meditation as well is this allowance to tap into that deeper part of ourselves that's already there, that's already good, that doesn't need to necessarily go anywhere, that can just revel in its beauty. And it was from that place that also so many of our masters and teachers were able to get into the highest places, even of prophecy, and speaking, and hearing from God. So I bless us all. We should be able to tap into some of that, whatever it may be, even if it's just a little bit of light. A little bit of light is a lot of bit of light. So if there's anything, that we're connecting to, just allow ourselves to find joy in that. We're getting closer to Purim. So taking a deep breath in together, and a breath out, and just taking a moment to connect to everybody else who's listening to this video, whether it's in the future, who's going to be listening, or for the people that are listening at this very moment. Just taking a moment to connect to all those people that are in this Light of Infinite Festival with the goal of spreading light and goodness and beauty into the world. And just connecting to all that light within all those people that want to do good, that are connecting to goodness, connecting to that inner light within everybody. You could even scan and just imagine everybody else who's listening throughout the world, and just connecting to each other, to that positivity within each other. And if there's anything we don't want to connect to, we don't have to. But what you choose to connect to, what you want to connect to, allow yourself to choose to connect to it, connecting to the goodness, to the light. And just breathing in through the nose, out through the mouth, in through the nose, out through the mouth. The breath in Neshima is the same root as Neshama, the soul, that when we're breathing in and out, we're connecting to that deep part of us. The inhalation, the exhalation, the movement of life, that we stop breathing for a while and we no longer live. It's that sign of life, of moving up and moving down, getting up, then falling down, getting up, then falling down. That we're not stagnant necessarily beings, that we're constantly moving up and moving down, and just connecting to that frequency. What's it like to connect to that, being curious? One of the ways of connecting to that place of mindfulness is to just notice and be curious, not to push or shove. Just noticing the sounds in the room, the sounds of the guitar, the sound of my voice, the sensation of sitting down, of hearing, of feeling, of smell, Just being curious of all that, from that place of compassion into that expansiveness. And if you feel any of that expansiveness, just allow yourself to rest within that and just expand further and further and further with a deeper and more aware sense of awareness. Moving back to the anchor, to the breath, and when the mind wanders in a will, you could even just smile at that distraction and bring yourself back to the anchor, knowing that and trusting and believing in that anchor of the breath, that it could always bring you back to the present, to the moment, that the mind is this wild, could be this wild place, but you can know that there's always this place within us of the breath that we can return back to and have more and more belief in that it's constantly breathing in and out, and just allowing yourself to be with that, fall into that, flow with that wave of the breath. As we're breathing in, just breathing in positivity and love and compassion into our lives. And as we're breathing out, just letting go and allowing the shoulders to drop, anything that we don't need, anything that we want to just let go. Again, just breathing in the positivity and the warmth in our life, just feeling the shoulders rising up as the air is flowing into our lungs. As we're breathing out, the shoulders dropping. As we're breathing out anything we don't need, just sinking deeper and deeper and deeper into this meditation, into this space, into the vastness, into the self, into the I, into the awareness, into the vastness. And just allowing that awareness to grow more and more and more and fill up, that has no end and has no beginning, and it's just going and going and going. Just becoming aware of everything. Again, just breathing in the love and the harmony and the warmth and the connection between everybody here listening and all those in the future that will be listening, to that positivity and flow and energy, and breathing out all that negativity and everything that we don't need, any holding that we have in our body that we could just let go, that we could breathe into and soften and release, even if it's just a little bit. Just breathing in, again, the positivity, filling up that space of letting go with the positivity and the warmth, and just breathing out more and more anything that we find within our system that's not helpful. Just letting that go with the free will, that we could choose what we want to place within our system. We could choose to place our consciousness where we want. And the more that we choose, the more that we connect with that choice, the more that we fall into that place of self that's beyond the thoughts and emotions, that can be aware, that can be curious, that just is. That place of Shabbat, of rest, of returning to ourselves. Just feeling the air flooding into the body, the shoulders raising up, rising up. Just feeling lighter and lighter and lighter, allowing yourself to fly into the sky like a balloon, filling up to the air. Just moving higher and higher and higher, and as we're breathing out, just letting go more and more and more as we drop deeper and deeper and deeper into the body, into the self, yourself into the eye, into the chair, just allowing yourself to sink just like a stone sinking into the floor, into the water, just dropping deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper into the meditation, just letting go more and more, anything we're holding on to. And just doing that again on our own. Again, breathing in, the shoulders rising up, filling up with air higher and higher and higher. So we're breathing out, just letting go anything, any of the holdings that we're having in our body that we could just let go with the free will, with our choice. Zooming out of the breath, there's this awareness and self, this state of being that could be aware of the breath and that could zoom out and be aware of the body. And just bringing some compassion and love to the body, just being aware of the top of the head. What does that feel like? Noticing that and allowing it to soften, allowing the forehead to soften, the nose to soften, the cheeks to soften, jaw muscles to soften. Sometimes we're holding things there. Maybe it's some anger, just letting that go, allowing it to drop, allowing the ears to soften, the shoulders to soften, down to the arms, to the elbows to soften, down to the wrists to soften, down to the fingertips, just allowing the whole arm to just let go and to drop and to loop. Allowing the chest to soften, the back to soften. We're holding a lot there in the back. Just letting some of that go. Allowing the stomach to soften. Maybe we're holding some not good enough or pain or whatever. Just letting some of that go. Allowing it to soften. Allowing the thighs to soften, down to the knees to soften, down to the calf muscles to soften, and down to the feet to soften. Moving back up from the feet to the calf muscles, to the knees, to the thighs, to the stomach, to the back, to the chest, to the shoulders, the arms, allowing that all to soften and let go and sink deeper and deeper into where we are, into that place of self. Into that place of being, just zooming out now of the body, allowing the whole body to soften and moving, seeing perhaps a screen in front of you in your mind's eye, that we can be aware of the body or not the body. We could zoom out of the body and allow yourself to see a screen in front of you. Just allowing a thought to come up onto that screen, whatever thought it may be. A positive thought, maybe it's being with the family, with friends, just seeing that thought in your mind's eye and allowing it to go, that you're not your thoughts. You can be aware of your thoughts and you could allow them to go. Allowing another thought to take its place, allowing it to go. Another thought to take its place. Being curious of that thought. Where is it coming from? What is it? Any noise is there, just seeing it in your mind's eye. And just almost like swiping it like on an iPhone screen, whatever thought it may be, allowing it to go. And then another thought comes up. What is that thought? Maybe it's an image, maybe it's a feeling, maybe it's a moment. Seeing it and allowing it to go. Another one, seeing it, allowing it to go. Another one, seeing it and allowing it to go. Just noticing how there's a self that's beyond all the thoughts, that can be in control of the thoughts and doesn't have to be controlled by the thoughts. And this time, just allowing a thought to stay, a thought of serenity, of Shabbat, of peace, of love. In your mind's eye, seeing that, what does that thought look like? Are there any noises there? Maybe it's you skiing down a mountain at a Shabbat table in nature. nature and peace with somebody that you feel serenity with. And just being there in that thought, seeing it in your mind's eye, feeling some of the energy from it, how it's bringing you some serenity and Shabbat and peace and being. What's it like to be with some of that thought? And as you're noticing it, just allowing it yourself to see it move away, farther and distant away from you, as it becomes smaller and smaller. And as we sing the song together of Take Me Shabbos, about moving towards the moment of serenity, of peace, just allowing yourself to get closer and closer to that thought until it surrounds you and integrates deeper and deeper into your being, the teachings from the great Hasidic masters of the sense of being of Shabbat, of the returning back to the self, of that sense of stopping and letting go of the ego. And feel free to sing along. take me, Shabbos, take me, oh take me all together, take me, oh take me, Shabbos, take me, Shabbos, take me, Shabbos, take me, oh take me, oh yeah, 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 take me, Shabbos, allow it to take us. Just diving deeper and deeper into that thought of serenity, into any part of ourselves that feels serene. Maybe it's a sensation, maybe it's a thought, maybe it's the tune, just diving into that and being with that. Allowing yourself to just be, moving into that state of being, that throughout the week, most of the day, we have the opportunity to interact in the world from a place of tzimtzum, from a place of contraction, and from a place of doing and accomplishing, and something really beautiful. But there's another part of us that also should be strengthened, that place of being. And perhaps that's one of the greatest doings. And just allowing yourself to be with that place of being. Perhaps the Yud-Ke Vav-Ke beyond space and time, that we don't necessarily have to go anywhere, we don't have to do anything, we could just be right here. The Haya, Yiya, and Hove, past, present, and future is all one, beyond space and time, of Shabbat. Just taking a deep breath in together, again connecting to each other here, connecting to the self back, bringing ourselves back down into this moment, into the present, just swirling back down into the room, just breathing out and breathing in again, any positivity that we felt within this session together, any sensation, there's the idea of a rishima, that whatever we experience, we could always return back to it. So if there was a positive experience here, even if it was just a small one, you could see that as a gift, a space that you could just return back to, and you could even practice it right now to return back to that space, just by finding that sensation and moving into there. And just bringing ourselves back down, centering. You could wiggle your toes, your fingertips. Again, just breathing in and breathing out. Breathing in and breathing out, centering ourselves back. That the breath allows us to move in, and the breath also allows us to come back down. And feeling the floor, grounding ourselves. And when you're ready to open up your eyes or keep them closed, and you could just be here, more than welcome to do so. Thank you, everybody, for listening. And we'd love to hear your thoughts, or if you have any questions about, the session, happy to be in touch. You can reach me through Instagram or Facebook, Yosef Wilds Music. Thank you, Shaya. You're welcome. And also, if you want to be in touch, future events, doing actually something in Jerusalem this Monday, musical meditation. And just want to say thank you so much to Erez for organizing this, and for all the fantastic and artistic and speakers and musicians and healers that are allowing this festival to be. It's such a beautiful thing to organize, so I really appreciate being a part of it, and thank you, everybody, for listening, and looking forward to being in touch. And I usually, when I do these, I ask people to somewhat go around, so it's a little bit interesting for me. So definitely, if you want to be in touch afterwards, more than welcome to reach out. And l'chaim, may we tap into some more peace and Shabbat into our life.